What if I told you the most common modern eating disorder doesn't have a name in most medical textbooks? It's not binge eating. It's not anorexia. It's something millions of people live with every single day, and most of them don't even know what to call it. It's called food noise. And once you know what it is, you can't unhear it in yourself. In a moment, I'll show you why a phenomenon researchers have studied for 60 years suddenly went viral when people started taking Ozempic and reported that the constant background chatter about food in their heads simply stopped. And why the same thing that makes ultra-processed food impossible to stop thinking about is also the thing that makes you reach for your phone every 6 minutes. By the end of this video, you'll understand the difference between hunger and food noise, and you'll have 3 specific tools to reduce it without medication. Quick question. When does the food thought hit you hardest? Mid-morning, mid-afternoon, late evening? Tell me in the comments. The timing is the first clue. You're not weak. You're not addicted. You're hearing a signal that almost everyone in modern life hears. Most just don't know it has a name. So what is food noise exactly? It's the constant low-level mental chatter about food that runs in the background of your day. The thought about what you'll eat next. The image of something specific that won't leave your head. The pull toward the kitchen when you're not even hungry. The mental rehearsal of opening a wrapper before you've decided to. This isn't hunger. Hunger is a physical signal that arrives, peaks, and passes. Food noise is psychological, a thought pattern that loops, plays in the background, and never fully turns off. Dr. Stanley Schachter at Columbia documented the foundations of this in 1968 in what's now called externality theory. He proved that some people don't eat because they're hungry. They eat because food is in front of them, on their mind, in a commercial, in a smell, in a memory. Their brain has learned to respond to external cues as if they were internal signals. That's food noise, the externalization of the eating decision. The term went viral in 2023 when people taking GLP-1 medications reported the same thing over and over. Quote, "I'm not thinking about food anymore." Not just less appetite. The mental chatter stopped. That's when the world finally had language for what millions had been silently experiencing. The second force is why this is so much worse now than it was 30 years ago. 2 reasons. First, ultra-processed food. Modern food is engineered to maximize what scientists call the bliss point, the exact ratio of sugar, fat, and salt that triggers maximum dopamine release in the human brain. Real food doesn't do this. A potato doesn't loop in your head. A chip does. Because a chip was designed by food scientists to make sure it would. The second reason is screens. Every time you scroll past a food image, on Instagram, TikTok, a delivery app, a YouTube thumbnail, your brain registers it as a potential food cue. Hundreds of cues per day. Your brain doesn't know those are advertisements. It interprets every image as a real opportunity to eat. The food noise gets louder with every scroll. So you end up with 2 forces working together. A food supply engineered to be unforgettable, and an environment designed to remind you of food every 6 minutes. Quick pause here. If this is the first time you've heard food noise explained this way, do 2 things real quick. Hit the like button. It's the only signal YouTube uses to show this video to other people who need to hear it. And subscribe to the channel, because this is part of an ongoing series telling you the truth about your body that almost no one else is willing to explain clearly. Now let's keep going. The third force is the good news. You can turn the volume down without medication. 3 specific tools, all backed by current research. First, reduce hyperpalatable foods for 14 days. Not forever, 14 days. The hyperpalatability of ultra-processed food keeps your dopamine system in a constant elevated state, which keeps the food noise loud. When you give your dopamine baseline 2 weeks to reset, the noise drops. Not because you're more disciplined, because your brain is no longer being trained 20 times a day. Second, eat real food with protein and fiber at every meal. Real hunger comes from real metabolic need. When you give your body what it actually wants, slow digesting macronutrients, biological hunger arrives clearly, peaks, and passes. The food noise quiets because the real signal is finally being heard. Third, phone-free meals. This one is small but powerful. Every time you eat while scrolling, you teach your brain to associate eating with stimulation. Eating becomes part of the dopamine loop, not separate from it. 20 minutes a day eating without a screen breaks that conditioning faster than almost any other change. Food noise isn't hunger. It's modern life talking to your brain in the only language it learned. You can teach your brain a quieter language, and your relationship with food changes completely. You don't need a medication to make food noise stop. You need to stop making it louder every day in the choices you make without thinking. Tell me in the comments, when does food noise hit you hardest, and which of the 3 tools are you going to try first? I read every single comment. See you in the next one.